Hey everyone, this is Gunhead70 and this is a video review of the kotobukia a4-1 falke. Now, if you've been to my channel, I've probably should have another video up that's an unboxing video of some packages I got from Hobby Link Japan, and I decided to go ahead and build one of those kits, and just to show it off and give everybody an idea of what the kit looks like. So obviously this is the kit, and I would have to say, after building it and putting it together, I kind of stand by my original assessment that it's similar to a speed grade. There's also some other ones, Gundams that have come out in 1 to 144 scale. They're pretty cheap. You can find them between $5 and $7, but they don't have any grade markings on the box. I wish I did buy one and I put it together, but I threw the box away, and I really did not like the model at all, so I didn't even finish building it because it was just, so poor. There was no arm articulation, no leg articulation. Basically, the pose that you see this one in is pretty much the only pose that you get those kits, you can put those kits into, so I wasn't really interested in it. But this one I was pretty interested in, and I picked them up, and I'd have to say that it's alright. It's not bad. I'll go through some articulation. Where should I start? Well, the head is on it's kind of odd, because if I'm reading the box right, I think the entire kit is made from ABS plastic. So there are no polycaps in the kit. It's all plastic on plastic, and all of the joints use ball joints. If you can see right in there, that's the wrist and that's the arm, and they're on a ball joint. So everything has a ball joint connecting it. Even parts that are just there to connect to the model use ball joints. So the head will go up and down. It really goes way up, because the neck, there's like a ball joint here, and then it does that, so you can really get the head to go up, and it'll go down, and it will rotate. It won't do a 360 because of the way that connection is made. It kind of stops the head from doing a complete 360, but it will go left and right. And it's pretty good movement for the head, I would have to say. So in the shoulder, you can see this little connection in there. The shoulder does move around a little bit. There's a ball joint in there, so you get some extra movement there. And the arm will rotate 360. Now underneath the shoulder, there's another ball joint, so you get some movement there, and it's real tight, but it will rotate. Okay, and then underneath that, which would be, I guess, the bicep, underneath that, it's actually got two ball joints. Let me see if I can get in there close. And if you can see those, might be a little hard to see, but you can see those ball joints in there. Those are right there, and then there's another one right up in there, and that's how it's connected. So it's almost like having a double joint. So the arm will go up that far, and then let me see if I can get it to go up even further. So there you go. Now, that's pretty good. You know, most Gundams don't get a double joint like that, and this one has got that double joint, and you can get the arm up like that. So I thought that was a pretty cool plus, a pretty cool thing to have on there, even though it's a pretty cheap kit and it's not as, I guess you'd say, solid as a Gundam, but you know, that's all right. The waist will turn a little bit, not much if you get the legs in out of the way. You can do a 360, so there's some waist articulation there, and it will move forward and back a little bit. Not much side to side. It's on a ball joint too. Trying to think of some other things where it falls short in the legs, and especially, let me back out, especially in the upper thigh here. The upper thigh, there's not enough space between the waist section and the thigh, so you can't move the thighs forward and back. You can move them back, but they won't go forward. That's as far as they go, so that's a downside. The knees. The knees have a single, let me see if I can get the light in there. See it right there. It's a single ball joint. That's all one piece, and it comes off, and it's a single ball joint that goes down in there. So the knee bends that far. And then we get down to the foot. Now the foot is very interesting because this is the ankle armor, and it floats around on its own ball joint. It's kind of like a double ball joint. There's a ball joint there, and then there's a rod that goes down with another ball joint. So it's a double ball joint, and this slips over the first one, then goes all the way up to the second, and then you put the foot on, and the foot kind of holds it in, but the foot really doesn't hold it in there. It just floats there on its own. It's perfectly happy sitting there. But the foot articulation is actually pretty good. It'll go, you know, well, I guess I should put it like this. It'll go forward and back that far, and it'll go side to side. So that's some pretty good articulation, and I really think that was a kind of a neat idea, how they did that. So in a lot of ways the articulation isn't as good as some of the other Gundams, but in other ways the way that they made the kit actually made it pretty good. Now I don't know how well the ABS plastic holds up, but time will tell, and we'll see. Oh, the wrist. I forgot to show the wrist. The wrist will rotate all the way around, and it will kind of bend up all the way like that, which, I don't know, kind of looks odd, but that's okay. Now another odd feature is the hand, and we will zoom into the hand here, and you'll see that's the thumb, and there's a ball joint in there. So it allows you to move the thumb around, even though it still can't grasp anything. That's just the way they came up with it, and I'll show you why they did it that way. So let's say you don't have any weapons in his hands. You put the thumb in there, and you'd have it like that. Now if we go to the other hand, you notice I don't have the thumb in there, and that's because of his weapon. Now he does come with two thumbs. That's the other thumb there. Whoops, and I just dropped it on the floor. Well, that's alright, I'll find it later. He does have two thumbs, each for one for each hand, and he does come with a second set of hands right there, and they are closed fists. Nothing holds them, but he does come with a second set of hands. Now the reason why there's a ball joint in the hand, or a ball cup, is because of his weapon. And let me zoom back out. His weapon has a little ball joint on here, and this is what I think is just something unexpected and something cool. Many of us that build Gundams, you've always run into the weapons falling out of their hands. Well, with a ball joint like that, it snaps in and it ain't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's locked in there. It is not moving. So I just think that was kind of neat how they did it. It looks kind of odd, but when you look at it like that, it looks like he's holding it. Just on the other side, that's when you see the ball joint. And I guess that would really be the downside to this kit, is that all of the ball joints are kind of exposed. It would take quite a bit of modification in order to hide them. So I don't think that I've got 2 more kits. I don't think that I'm gonna even bother with trying to hide ball joints. I think I'm just gonna build these guys up. I've built this one, but he's not painted. So I think I'm just going to go back. I'll just paint him, do some small details, some panel lining and whatnot, and then put him on the shelf with the others, and that'll be it. And I didn't mention before, but this is a kotobukia kit. Kotobukia makes these. And give you another look at the box. And the box art is pretty cool. I actually like the box. It's real clean and neat. And then there's just some information on the back. Now, as far as size goes, it's slightly smaller than a 1:144. Well, 1:144 scale Gundam. Let's put the falke back out here. So we've got him there, and this is basically an Estrella kit, and we've got him there, so you can get a size comparison. So he's a little bit smaller, but the box doesn't say what his height is, or I'm sure it does, but I can't read Japanese, so I don't know. So okay, that's it, and we'll see you next time.